shall discuss about the parallel line. And in our last video, we had discussed various types of pairs of angle. Okay, the chapter name is Lines and Angle, in which we have discussed about angle, and today we shall discuss about the lines. So the first topic is parallel line. So let me explain what you mean by the parallel line. So our topic is parallel lines. As you, as you learnt in your previous class, parallel line is such a way that two lines are said to be parallel if they do not intersect at any point. In those time, in previous class, we say that two lines are said to be parallel if they do not intersect at any point. So, just suppose that there are two lines L and M. There are two lines L and M. They are said to be parallel because here we can see that they do not intersect at any point, so that they are known as parallel line. And we have also know about various examples related to the parallel line, like rail of the train, bamboo of the ladder, the both bank of river. These are the example of parallel line because at any point they do not touch or do not intersect, so that they are known as parallel line. And if we take the condition for rays, then do the rays are parallel? So let us see how. Just suppose that this is a parallel line OB. This is a parallel. This is a ray OB, and this is another ray that is PQ. And let us see that are they parallel or not. So if we extend its one end point, that is the initial point, to the infinite imaginary, and its also the same condition in this case, then here we can see that on extending the initial point of the rays, they also do not intersect at any point, so that two rays are said to be parallel if on extending their initial point to the infinite imaginary, then we see that they also do not touch at any point, so that we say that they also example are parallel line. If we have two line segment, then what happened with them? Let's see. Suppose that there are two line segment, that is A, B and P, Q. There are two line segment AB and PQ. And in this case, we see that on extending the both in the point of the line segment to the infinite, they also don't touch or don't intersect at any point. So we say that they are also parallel. I hope it is clear. So these are the concept of the parallel line. Now let us see the distance between two parallel lines. there are two lines L and N, and if we measure the distance between these two lines, if we measure the distance between these two lines, then we see that the distance at every point between the two lines, the distance at every point are same, which shows that the parallel line have the distance same at every point between them. So that in the two parallel lines, the distance between them at every point are same. And in case of any intersecting line, just suppose that there are two intersecting lines, then the distance are not same, because on moving to the intersecting point, the distance between the lines are continuously decreases, and on moving outside or far from the intersecting point, the distance between the two lines are increasing, so that the distance between two parallel lines are always same at every point. How we check whether two lines are parallel? With the help of the distance between them. How we check that the distance between two lines are parallel? Two lines are said to be parallel if the distance between them at every point are same, then they are known as parallel line. So there is new definition is arises that two lines are said to be parallel if the distance between them is always equal at every point. Now let us start our exercise, and let's see some questions based on parallel lines. Exercise 5.2, question number 1. In each of the two figures, two line segment two line segments that do not intersect do not intersect are given. Can you say that? Can you say that they are parallel? Why? So that the question is given here in each of the two figures. So let me draw the figure. The first figure is There are two figures are given, and the question is, in each of two figures, two line segments that do not intersect are given. So there are two line segments are given that do not intersect. Then we have to justify that the given lines, pair of line segment are parallel or not. So let us see, as we have discussed that two line segments are parallel. How we say that two line segments are parallel? Two line segments are parallel if on extending their end point to the infinite like line, then if they do not intersect at any point after extending, then we say that the given line segments are parallel. So here, if we extend their end point on extending the end point of the line segment in the given figure first, we see that they intersect at the point S, so that on extending the end point of the line segment, if they intersect at any point, then they are not parallel. So that the figure first shows that the given set of line segments are not parallel, because after on extending the end point of the line segment, they intersect at the point S, so that they are not parallel. Now let us see in the second what's here. In the second figure, if we extend the end point of the line segment on both sides, on extending the end point of the line segment in both directions, we see that they don't touch or don't intersect at any point. And according to the definition, two line segments are said to be parallel if on extending their end point on the both sides to infinite if they do not intersect at any point. Then we say that they are parallel. So the figure second shows that the pair of line segments are parallel. I hope the solution of both questions is clear. Now let us see our next question. If a ray and a line segment, question number second, if a ray and a line segment do not intersect do not intersect, are they necessary parallel? Are they necessarily parallel? This is a logical question, and in this question we have to prove that if a ray and a line segment that do not intersect with each other, then they are necessarily parallel, means they are always parallel. Then our answer will be no, because as in the first question we have seen that there are two figures in which two pair of line segment are given, in which one of them are not parallel and second is parallel. Why? Because in the first case we have seen that on extending their endpoint they intersect at a point, so that they are not parallel. And in the second case we see that on extending the end point of the line segment, they do not intersect at any point, so that they are parallel. So let us see them again. If we have a ray, suppose that this is a ray OA, this is a ray OA, and this is a line segment PQ. Here we have a ray and a line segment, and here we can see that they do not touch or do not intersect. Then we have to prove that they are necessarily, means they are always parallel or not. So let us see, on extending the end point of the ray and the line segment, we have, on extending this we get here, on extending the end point of the ray and the line segment, we see that they intersect at the point X. So that in this case, when the ray and the line are given in this manner, then they cannot be parallel at any case, at any cost. So that if we see the next condition, then what does happen? So let us see. Here we have a pair of line segment, that is A, B and P, Q. And here, sorry, this is a ray O, O, A, there is a ray and a line segment PQ. Now let us repeat the same process as we have done in the previous. So when we extend the end point of the ray to the infinite in the opposite direction, and also extend the end point of the line segment PQ in the opposite direction, then we see that they do not intersect at any point. So we say that they are parallel. So here we see that in some cases a ray and a line segment are intersect, and in few cases we also see that ray and a line segment do not intersect. So we can say that they may be parallel or not parallel as their condition, so that a line segment and a ray that do not intersect, they are not necessarily parallel. I hope the solution of this question is clear. So, if you have any doubt in any question, then you can mention your doubt in the comment section. And if you like the video, then you can share my video to another student, by which they can also get benefit. So, thank you very much for watching my video.